Beautiful, beautiful day. Let me tell you now, it's as chilly as it looks. Longest we've walked for a long time, me and our Stephen. So sadly in Ireland, young children being attacked, stabbed, knife-wielding thug, whoever, whatever he is, and a young lady who cares for them children. One of the children is critically ill and the young lady is critically ill. Bystander intervened, smacked the perpetrator, the knifeman, with his cycle helmet, smacked him a few more times. He was kicked on the floor, and then some people intervened, putting a circle around him. For me, well, I honestly don't know. Imagine seeing a scene like that, someone attacking children with, what would you do? I think it's quite lucky that that guy is still alive, although he received injuries. So Ireland, yeah, we don't hear a lot about what's going on in Ireland, do we? We don't see it in the press, the mainstream media, you know what I mean. But on social media, particularly Twitter, been on Twitter a good few years now. I tend not to get involved and tweet anymore or anything else because it's quite a toxic place. It really is. You know, it's not somewhere where I would consider spending any time, and I don't recommend it for anyone else. It can drag you down and screw and play with your mind. But what you do get on there, and there's been a lot of, is videos. Yeah? We've all got mobile phones, we take videos, don't they? So, in Ireland, Stephen, move on. You despicable. Yeah. Yes, you know. They've had a lot of immigration. Ireland, like everywhere else, we're not talking about families, are we? We're talking about young men. So in Ireland, Emerald Isle, I've been there a few times. I'd love to go touring on my motorcycle. Southern Ireland is people, very kind people who followed me on my channel, social media, who've offered to put me up if I ever go touring. Come and stop with us, Sam. Use our home as a base for basically getting around Ireland, checking it out. It is a beautiful place. Thanks to those people. But yeah, the people of Ireland have had enough. There's a lot of videos of people in small communities, mass gatherings, coachloads of young immigrant men being turned away from communities and the like. Conor McGregor. I'm sure most people know who Conor McGregor is, MMA fighter. For me, I've enjoyed watching him, his career. However, you know, less talking, more fighting, Conor, if you're ever going to get back to it. But he is an entertainer. And he is, or could be, an influencer, Conor McGregor. Yeah? He spoke out on Twitter. He's basically said the Irish people have had enough. It's time to do something, talking to the politicians and the police. And basically, if you don't, we will. Now it doesn't actually say that, but in as many words. So I thought I'd have a scroll down and see the comments. The vast majority of comments, I know it's only social media, but there are strong feelings on there, there really are. One that stuck out, again, was one guy. He said, I visited Dublin, it's a beautiful place. Please don't let Dublin become London. We know what we mean, don't we? And then, in this tragic tale, you know, the press have wandered away from these young children, a young lady that have been stabbed, to the far right again. Police commissioner, or whoever he is. Yeah, labelling far right thugs for the violence that took place. There was looting, there was violence, police vehicles attacked, burnt, shops looted, people shouting anti-immigration slogans. I'd like to bet the vast majority of people who were involved in the disturbances were normal people. But you get branded far right. If you speak out now about things, particularly to do with immigration, you get branded far right. There's plenty of places that have suffered across Europe with unmitigated immigration, Sweden being one. Plenty of articles on Sweden. You know, Sweden is full of no-go zones. The statistics for crimes against women, we know what crimes we're talking about, are horrendous. Someone like Conor McGregor could have a serious influence on people. He's going to get slandered and slated. He's going to get hate from the left, is he not? And probably the politicians and the like. But somebody like Conor McGregor, if he used his voice to the good, in a positive way, you know, we could well see Ireland having mass demonstration and the people coming together. It's a far cry what goes on in London, you know, from sunny West Yorkshire where I am, and what's happening in Ireland. And I think a lot of people, they don't understand the concerns and worries of people. You know, there's a lot of small communities in Ireland, a lot of them have been overrun. They've doubled in size. Young immigrant men. I don't live in a community like that, I can't comment. But when we're getting communities in this country that every household is getting mail dropped from the police, the local constabulary, stating women and children should stay indoors after dark because we can't protect them, and it is happening down south, Devon and Cornwall, then I consider that quite worrying. We've talked enough about police, haven't we? There's going to be no police to deal with crime. I feel we're going to be, or become, or are becoming, a nation of protesters. And there's going to be people both sides of the coin. Ireland, it could be the start of something, this, like I say, on social media. There's lots of campaigns, protests, been going on for months, if not years, calling for the removal of politicians. I'm just going to leave it there, guys. Before the selfie stick falls from my hand, because my fingers are blue. Stephen! Stephen! Thanks for your continued support. I don't consider myself to be far right, me. I do have concerns about what's happening in the world. I try to keep off social media. I'd love to be able to put a light-hearted video up every day. I'm going to try my best. Some old prison stories and that. Try and make people smile and laugh. But there's real concerns going on. And like I say, we talk about influencers. That guy, Conor McGregor, no, Stephen, no. He could become an influencer for the good, for the positive, speaking in the right way. God bless you all. Thanks for coming. I'll see you.